Hey Sag, how's it going? Welcome back to Path of Enlightenment Tarot. For those of you returning, welcome back to the channel. For those of you who are new to the channel, welcome. I am Nicole, a Sagittarius. This is going to be a reading for your sun, your moon, your rising, and your Venus cross watchers. If that is you, discern the messages. Everybody always discern the messages. Remember that not every reading will be for you. So, take what is for you, leave the rest behind. Don't complicate things where they don't need to be. Sag, let's see here. I can't even think today. Swear to God. It's a case of the Mondays, right? If you're interested in personal readings, one-on-one readings, information is found in the description box below as well as the about section of the page, okay? So Sag, we're just going to hop into it. I'm a little late getting the mid-March readings out right now, but we're getting through them today and hopefully tomorrow, and we'll get all you guys situated. And then we're going to jump into April. It's coming in quickly. Happy first day of spring, everybody. Yay, finally, right? Hopefully the weather catches up with the time of year. All right, Sag, mid-March. 3 of them fell out of the deck right off the bat, so let's start. Expressing free will. My choices determine how brightly I shine. Are you making good choices is kind of what I want to say right from the get-go. Expressing free will. I feel like there's a little bit of confusion that surrounds this. You may be trying to decide what it is that you want to express in your free will at this time. Untangling neglect. You may be feeling as if something is not investing back into you. I take the time to give myself all of the approval I desire. You may feel too as if Spirit is actually saying, what is it about you? Are you neglecting yourself at this time? Is it the fact that you feel as if somebody else is neglecting you, that's not meeting up to your standards or what it is that you hoped for? And dissolving judgments. I don't have to like the actions of others in order to love my journey. I want to say this kind of reminds me a little bit of codependency, Sag. If you have something to say it. If you don't, then don't. If you have something to do, then do it. You are to ultimately... My nose is itching already. We're 2 minutes and 30 seconds in and it starts. This to me is about you expressing your desires, you expressing what it is that you're feeling, how you're actually handling things in the world around you as it is. And, this dissolving judgment is about understanding where other people are coming from, including yourself. This is also about giving back to yourself. If you're not happy with the situation, give it compassion and understanding. And then, if you feel like you need to retract your energy from it, then do that. So this is going to be about a decision for you that you're going to have to make. And that happened really quickly, so we're going to take it. Okay, Sag, this is probably going to be a love reading. 41, synergy, which breaks down to a 5. Fives are supportive of change, right? So the frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that yet exciting co-creation can give birth to a new reality. Synergy. I was just reading something the other day too about synergy and I can't quite remember what it was. And then we've got 22, divine masculine, which breaks down to a 4. Your divine foundations, right? The frequency of divine masculine supports our strong, focused, and active side, allowing it to express itself while helping us to bring our dreams and ideas into form with kindness and wisdom. And I talked about that compassion, and right there, that sits with that dissolving judgment, the way I've been laying these out. The synergy, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. Again, it is a 5. It is change. And I kind of just want to keep reading that specific phrase, paragraph, or not a paragraph, but that line from this, because you're being asked to do something differently in ways that you maybe never have imagined. Maybe it's stepping into yourself. Heart chakra energy underneath there. The frequency of the heart chakra, the green flower of life, supports our capacity to love deeply and unconditionally. Its healing properties harmonize the mind and the body. Sag, this is going to be an interesting reading for you. Good God Almighty. Here we go, right? let's, what did I do with that deck? There they are. What did I do with that deck of cards? This is wherever, I'm going to say this, wherever you have sat in the past, same patterns, same routines, same way of doing things. This is like a massive wake-up call for you to do it differently. It is a space of release is what Spirit is giving me. This is a significant change to the heart, to the mind, and your ability to step into your power. For a lot of you, I mean no offense by this, but I don't think you've done that at all. Like, it just, the way this comes through to me is like there's a need, a desire, an innate feeling to step into it, but it's like I'm hearing from Spirit, I should have done this a long time ago. So what are you doing? And this divine masculine energy, you know, male, female, it doesn't matter. We all have divine masculine and feminine in us. For Sag, anxiety. Yeah. Sitting in it before, right? Yeah. All right. Sag. This storm that you're making up in your mind is just that. It's in the mind. It's in the mind. I don't feel like you see any other way out of the past. Not recognizing the Spirit is saying the probability, and I'm going to say the possibility of how you can do this. This situation, whatever you're dealing with, whoever you're dealing with, is soul contractual. This is whether it's a karmic cycle, it's a soulmate that you're dealing with right now, where it is making you awaken and understand things. And I kind of feel like you are on the verge. Like if I was to see the Fool, which I wouldn't be surprised if the Fool popped up here, you're right at the very edge of taking that leap off that cliff. And it's just like, it's going to take one little push to send you that way. Whatever that one little push is for you, for all of you, it's going to be different, but it's one little push to stepping into some type of powerful result. And it's going to be for yourself, okay? So let's clarify this anxiety. Oh, cheese and crackers. 6 of Swords. Moving on to calmer waters. Leaving behind any conflict, betrayal, hurt, past pain. 10 of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles on the split. Alright. Packing your bags, wanting to leave a situation, wanting to get out of it. There's that 10 of Wands. Or it was the 10 of Wands I see, not the 10 of Swords. And there it is again. There's a desire to close something out so that you can move into something better for yourself. You may have at one point, there may be a situation around you where you keep leaving something open to, you're just not quite done yet, okay? Spirit is saying you're just not quite finished yet. Like you've decided to move forward. You've packed your bags. You want to release this. Again, I talked about the Fool, like jumping off the cliff. There's that 9 of Cups. You see that leap, right? She's got to take the leap of faith to get to her 9 of Cups. She gets to relish in it. She gets to express and joy in it. But this cycle of whatever you're in is not completed. You got the World card in reverse. There's still lessons here that I think that you're failing to recognize. You're not done healing this cycle. You're not done recognizing the wave of emotion that comes in with the cycle that you're currently involved in. This to me is a 2 to 3 week energy. So you could be in the middle of that 2 to 3 weeks. You could be coming out of that 2 to 3 weeks. You could be at the very beginning of understanding what this anxiety tied to you is. But I think that this is past weight. These are situations in the past that you've already moved on from, but there's still some lingering doubt, some lingering defeat, lingering pain that hangs out in this space for you right now. And it's like you've made a long travel, you've made a long journey through these situations where you've learned to move on and move away from, but it's like you're continuing to exit certain aspects of your life, and you will. But there's still something about this particular pain this particular anxiety, these particular sleepless nights, or the things that are ruminating in your head that you've not yet fully resolved. This cycle is not quite done with you, okay? All right, adjacent possibilities. What's this adjacent possibilities about? Seven of Swords. I don't think you're seeing a clear-cut way out of this. Without somebody getting hurt, without somebody, without conflict or arguments. The Death card, you may be dealing with a Scorpio. The Chariot in the upright. The Hermit in reverse. Again, this is, there you are, King of Wands, the Hierophant. Well, it fell, so I'm going to leave it lay there. Again, Sag, this is repetitive energy, and I feel like I'm going to repeat myself here, but it is what it is, right? It's almost like maybe you feel like somebody, I feel like you're, let's start here. I feel like you're fixated on an idea of how things are supposed to go. Maybe you put hope in it, things would be a different way, or maybe you're just thinking back to the past of how things have been before. You may be examining all possibilities of how something could or couldn't work out, but I feel like you feel like you're being pushed forward regardless, one way or another. This death and rebirth with the Chariot, it's transformation, it is change, it is forward movement, it is time to get up. And I feel like somebody at some point here with those swords they're gonna have to make a decision. For some of you, you may feel like somebody else is ducking out on you. You may feel like somebody's taking something from you, putting an end. This may also be a catalyst for you to get your ass in gear if you've been stagnant for a while. And that Hermit is, there's, again, to see that Hermit in reverse to me is significant to taking action without thinking. You're not taking the wisdom of the journey that you have learned and applying it in the action that you're taking right now. You may feel like there may be a little bit of a jealous streak there right now as well. Queen of Swords in reverse. Like there's no, you're not being clear about what it is that you're seeing in the world around you. Those adjacent possibilities, that may be a lot of confusion surrounding a situation right now. You're not quite sure what's coming of this. I feel like you're really eyeballing something, really looking over something, trying to review something, but the problem with it is your thought process isn't clear right now. You could be bitchy, you could be dealing with somebody else who appears to be bitchy towards you, and you're not coming from a place of the heart space right now, or maybe who you're dealing with isn't coming from a place of the heart space right now. It's almost a reliant, codependent kind of energy in a sense. If you gather what I'm saying, I hope I'm explaining it to you the best that I can. Everything seems to feel very dried up in the totality of it all. Magician in the mirror. 9, 6, and 8. And this may be a situation too that keeps coming back around. 4 of Pentacles, hanging on to everything. High Priestess. God, I have seen so many signs with this High Priestess in reverse. You're not hearing, you're not listening to the self. And that Magician to me is a couple of different cards in the tarot deck is how it signifies to me. It could be the Magician, it could be the Priestess, it could be the Emperor, it could be lots of things, the Hierophant. It just depends. But this 4 of Pentacles it's like you're pulling back, you're retracting. But I also feel like you're not seeing. There's something that you're not seeing. There's something that you're missing. Or this could be something you feel like something's amiss. Something is not quite right. You feel like there's secrets. There's things that are not being shown to you despite this High Priestess being in reverse. Because it's kind of like, do I dare entertain this? Do I dare involve myself? There's water and there's fire, there's emotion and there's action, and it's not sure how to play with this energy. And I feel like maybe for there's a lot of emotion coming to the surface that may even pertain to love itself, that you don't feel like you're ready to deal with that. So I got chills. Ooh, Seven of Wands in reverse. Spirit is saying you're fighting for something without just cause. What are you fighting for? And that seems to be a big thing. If they're asking, what is it that you're even fighting for? All right, let's clarify that. Seven of Wands, please, Spirit. Seven of Wands, the World. You're leaving, and that's kind of what I thought. And there's that Seven of Cups, that confusion, action with confusion. You can't. Do not act from a place of confusion. If you are just, or if you're not responding and you're reacting to situations around you, you're going to get yourself tangled up. This World card, there's something that is trying to close out for you, but you're hanging on to an idea, and Spirit is saying of imbalance. Something is trying to show up for you, but the cycle's not complete because you're not letting it close. The Eight of Swords. This is entrapment. This is self-entrapment. This is self-imprisonment. This is you hanging on to the idea of what would happen if I close this out. What happens if I make this move? What happens if I let this go? You've done a lot, but there's still a part of this healing, and that's why I think you're hanging on to this. There's something that you're refusing to acknowledge internally. There's something that you're trying to cheat a way out of a cycle that's trying to close. What I tell you earlier, I wouldn't be surprised if the Fool came out. There it is. It's right there. That bird is 1 foot off and 1 foot on. It's going to take one thing to push you over the edge. One thing to give you that nudge to make you understand that it is time to move forward, that it is time to move on. And I think you're going to carry part of this with you into the next cycle. And that's probably going to be the pain and the hurt of this, because it's going to have to be resolved. Okay? Father of Wands, there you are. Ten of Swords in reverse. Again, not letting something close, and you know better. There's the King of Swords. Instead of feeling your way through it, you're trying to analyze how things are and why they are the way that they are with probably a particular person. This contract, there's that Seven of Cups again. Two of Pentacles, weighing your options. Judgment in the reverse. That Judgment in the reverse is always like piss poor choices to me. Are you making the same repetitive choices and asking for a different result? Ace of Wands, the Emperor on the bottom, the Nine of Wands in reverse. It is time for you to step into your power. If you want to take control of your life, if you have an idea of where you want things to go, then you need to step up to the plate, and you need to say so, and you need to do so, and you need to take control of the things that you can control and leave the rest behind you and let them be. It's very important, Sag, moving forward. Ask your guides for help. I just happen to look over asking for angelic support. My angels respond when I am open and authentic about how I feel, but that's the thing. You're not exploring those deeper emotions right now because it's very uncomfortable for you. If you explore those emotions, you're going to find some pain that still lingers in there that I don't think you feel that you're ready to address at this point. But it's going to have to be addressed so that you can move forward. Let's clarify this Judgment. What is it that you need to make a judgment call on, Spirit? Page of Wands. If you want a fresh start with something or somebody, then you need to say so. There's that Emperor and that Nine of Wands in reversed again. If you want a fresh start with somebody or something, you want to start anew, then you have to be the one to make that call. And I feel like this, you're tired of waiting on whatever this opportunity is. You're tired of waiting to see what happens. You're done putting it at a distance, and you know that, but yet there's that need for action. Either love it, take it, deal with it, address it, or let it go. And that's what you're getting stuck on. It's Two of Pentacles for Sag. Ten of Cups. Trying to decide what's going to make you happy in the long run. This could be a choice between people. as to what makes you feel good. You may be in some kind of divine partnership as well right now. Father of Cups. So you could be dealing too, just side note, you've got Aries here. Sag, you're there twice. Scorpio, Cancer. Pisces, Aries to me, Libra there. The Fool. I mean, you got quite a few key players here on the board that you could be dealing with, and it doesn't have to be just those signs, right? They could have prominence, either yours or theirs, right? But it's like, what brings me the most love? What makes me feel the best? What's going to nurture me? That Father of Cups, he's completely emotionally intelligent. And it's like, you don't want to examine your emotions right now. You don't want to reach out to discuss your emotions because it's confusing to you. You don't know what it is that you're actually feeling. You just know that you feel, and you're pushing yourself back from completing a cycle of understanding for yourself. It's time to boss up. That Emperor and that Divine Masculine, it is time to boss up. That King of Wands there, it's asking you to step into it. It's asking you to take control, take power, take back your power, and move into something that is going to be fruitful for you. Express it, talk about it, address your emotions. This is very much an ignorance of your emotions. Not wanting to scratch the surface. It's knowing what you want. And I think Aries had something similar to this a little while ago. Knowing what you want, but refusing to take the emotional action to gain that clarity, to get to where it is that you want to go. So what is Sagittarius' best course of action? There you are, Sag, the Temperance card. You are Justice. You want what's fair, balanced, and equal. You may feel like you're being cheated right now. You may feel like you're being cut off at the knees. I feel like there might be a lot of sorrow and sadness, and you're just asking for what is fair and right. So Sag and Libra energy again. And then the Hangman underneath there. If you want love, you're going to have to put an end to cycles that you're currently in. If you want to feel good, you're going to have to put ends to cycles that you're already in. It's trying to close out for you. Something is trying to shift, but it's like you keep hanging on to it. And all of the emotions, every time you feel an emotion, it's like it's putting the fire out in you, like where you might get up and go. On a day that you're in touch with your emotions, or you're feeling them come to the surface, it drowns out any desired action you choose to take, and it hurts. I don't have to have the Three of Swords here to go, it's uncomfortable, because it's almost like you're hiding it from me. You're hiding it so much from yourself, and you're trying to hide it from me, that it's like, this hurts, so I'm just not going to address it right now. You've got to let yourself feel. It's like you've divided yourself into two different people. It's like suck in all the emotional stuff, take it in and not address it. And then just let the analytical, logical thought process of overanalyzing a situation be at the forefront of everything else. It's time to make a change. It's time for a new perspective. Do things differently, right, Sag? Do things differently. All right, I'll get you guys a few cards for your love life, which I think this pretty much summed it up, but hell, let's just go from there. All right, Spirit, for Sagittarius for mid to end March, please. For Sag, please. Sag, chemistry. There's a strong magnetic chemistry or magnetic attraction here. And Sag, this too, like I said, it can be karmic stuff, it can be soulmate stuff. I honestly feel like it's more soulmate than it is karmic. I think that you guys, if you're dealing with somebody, there is a lot of drive, there is a lot of passion. At the bottom, past life relationship. You've been brought together for the sake of healing. There's a very significant cycle here with the two of you. True love, this is the romance of a lifetime. And it could feel that way. You know, this, what did I just say? Soulmate, what's at the bottom? There it is. Soulmate. And I'm going to say this, if you guys are dealing with another person, I do think that there is genuine love there. But it's a refusal to address it for what it is. To flirt, to extend your lighthearted energies to others. Are you taking things too seriously right now? Romantic feelings. Again, I do believe there is. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. If you love, you feel, you care, then address it. I also feel, it says finances and career. I feel like for some of you, you just may not feel worthy enough. You may be feeling down on yourself. Healing family issues. I'm telling you that soulmate energy was brought to do some healing. And I'm going to guess for the majority of you, especially you masculines out there, I'm going to say most likely, and I feel very confident about this healing family issues is tied to your father. I would guarantee it. If they were emotionally lacking, they couldn't extend that lighthearted energy. They were always very serious. You guys got that from somewhere. Masculine side of it. It's healing the divine masculine within you. Addressing your feelings for what they are. If you feel passion, say so. If you feel love, say so. You feel good around them, say so. They make you wild, they drive you crazy, you've got feelings for them, then say so. Because when you're healing yourself, you're healing the generations before you, you're healing the generations after you. Do you want your children, which is on the bottom, to live the life, or no, I'm sorry, let's keep an open mind. I must have shuffled them again. But children was at the bottom at one point. Do you want, and I'm going to stick with that though, because that's what came through. Do you want your children to repeat the situations surrounding love that you yourself are in right now? Because if it wouldn't be good enough for them, it can't be good enough for you, okay? Free yourself. It's what I tell you, it's time to take control of your life again. It's time to take back control of your life. Keeping an open mind, religious factors, release your ex, forgiving and learning. You guys, you're really, really dealing with an idea of burdensome love, and when I say burdensome love, not that necessarily the other person is the burden, but your feelings tied to this is what is burdening you right now. It's keeping you very stuck, and it's like, how would this work? How could it work? Your enlightenment on love and matters of the heart is trying to shift. It's like where you may have repeated certain cycles for so long with so many different people, you're being asked to learn something new, to do things in a different way so that you don't continue this. Because I feel like there is, if you have romantic feelings towards anybody and you're not expressing them, you sincerely need to ask yourself why. Do you not feel that you're good enough? Are you afraid of rejection? Do you think you're not deserving and worthy of? Where did you learn these traits? And why? Why are those acceptable? Very, very much, Sag. This is very much about healing your emotional energy as we close out the month of March. I'm curious to see what Aries season brings for you as we get ready to kick that off here. I think it's tomorrow. Eyelash in my eye. But if you're not sure what to do, if you're not sure what direction to take, then ask your guides. Ask Spirit, ask Source, ask your angels. That you are sitting in a state of confusion, and it's okay to sit with your confusion and try to understand it, but you cannot live in it. We all get confused from time to time, and we need to find that different perspective. Where'd my hangman go? He was just here a little bit ago. There he is on the bottom. There's time to change the way that you've always done it. Allow this, and if you need to put an end to a love situation so that you can gain a new perspective, you need to take a time out, then take a time out. But when you know that you feel something, for the love of God, express it, because it's not somebody else's job to read your mind. If you're with somebody and you're not sure where the two of you stand, then say, where are we? Where are we going? What happens here? Then you can make an informed decision. But right now, with that Queen of Swords in reverse, that King of Wands, you're taking action and not thinking about it. You're not thinking about the big picture, but you're mentally in your head making yourself crazy over it every time an emotion comes up to the surface. If you feel, then say, clear it up, address it, straighten up this communication, and get on with it, because you're leaving yourself very stuck right now. All right? I don't know. Spirit is saying like a call. You may be getting a call. You may need to call somebody and say something. I don't know why the hell I seen that with that contract card. There's not a phone on here. Got the storm warning behind it in that throat chakra, the 5th chakra. Speaking. Are you afraid you're going to upset somebody? Afraid that it's going to cause disruption somehow, that maybe they don't see you the way you see them? Talk about it. Hopefully they're clear on their feelings and you guys can address it. Free yourself. Deception behind that. You're keeping yourself stuck. Romantic feelings. Love yourself first. If you're not giving yourself this love too, how are you going to love somebody else? Are you taking care of yourself? Remember, this year is all about taking care of ourselves. In order to love somebody else to the fullest extent, we have to be able to love ourselves first. Healing family issues. Release your ex. Have you done the healing from the past to move forward? Chemistry and attraction, they go hand in hand. Are you living in the moment as well? Give your true love, give your relationship a chance. If you have a different idea, Spirit is saying, if you have a different idea, 3131, by the way, 44. If you have a different idea of what love looks like, that's okay. It's all right to have a different idea of it, but is it everything that you feel is worth exploring, okay? And then this flirt is chemistry. If you're flirting with somebody, if you're having communication with somebody and it's flirtatious and it's fun and it makes you feel good, my God, explore it. What do you have to lose? Maybe it doesn't work. Maybe they don't feel the same. Maybe you're not sure where it is they're coming from. So you're just going to hide behind like a text message or a phone call or some bullshit conversation because you don't want to know if they feel the same way or if they're on the same page as you. Because what, you're afraid? What did you ever gain out of fear? Nothing. Anxiety, headaches, sleepless nights, low self-esteem. Nothing that's going to serve you in the long run. It's time to get this clarity surrounding this possibility and that 7 of Cups. If you're confused, you're not sure which direction to take a look. It's like if you have a to-do list and you've got 10 things on there and you don't even know where to start and you close your eyes and you just go, okay, this one. It's a starting point, right? You've got to start somewhere. If you're trying to clear up these areas in your life, put them on paper and just close your eyes and pick one. If it's that confusing, if it's that hard to do, put it to paper. Write it down. If you even need to write a letter to somebody and then send it to them or call them and read it, whatever it is. Whatever's going to make communication easier for you, but the need to communicate about this is there. It's to express with the throat chakra. It is to express what it is that you're doing. It's taking control of the confusion and eliminating it. So again, I'm going to read this card one more time. The frequency of synergy supports our allowance and acceptance of not so obvious, never seen before combinations and unions that result in new ways of functioning, working, thinking, relating, loving, and being. It reminds us to embrace the unfamiliar so that new yet exciting co-creations can give birth to a new reality. That card to me is like the whole reading. It truly, truly is. Find your synergy. Accept your feelings. Make bold moves. All right? All right, Sag, if you found this video resonates for you, hit that like button, please, and thank you. Subscribe to the channel if you've not already done so. And if you guys are interested in a personal reading, again, information is in the description box below as well as the About section of the page. So I'm wishing you guys a great end of March. We'll get the April videos out soon. Take care of yourselves. Speak your truth. Say what's on your mind. And go from there, okay? Sending you guys love and light. See you. Bye.